Hi Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your last week of December general reading. We're going to start with money/career. So it can have to do with career, anything having to do with money coming to you, either through your own efforts or through other people. So that could be your partner's money, a lawsuit, inheritance, insurance payout, any kind of investment, getting a mortgage, anything like that, okay? And then we're going to do relationship. We'll do one spread for just general, all Sagittarius, doesn't matter what situation you're in as far as your relationship. And then we'll do a Celtic cross spread for you, and then a Celtic cross spread for an energy that you're dealing with, and then we'll do an oracle spread at the end. So I will timestamp for the relationship read because we're going to pop right now right into the career money. Okay, so I'm going to pull a double row of Lenormand, and then we're going to pull some tarot to clarify. Okay, so we have the bridge, which indicates to me some sort of contracts being signed. Clover is a very nice energy. It's very benefic. It's good luck. Okay, I like it. We have the birds, which does indicate to me that people are speaking positively about you. The moon is you looking back at you're very deep in your emotions regarding something having to do with money. Very interesting, though. We have the fish here at the end. So let me not say anything. Let me pull the second row from the other Lenormand deck. Fish has to do with resources, things that we need for sustenance, and it really is this idea of working within your means and working with what you have, Sag. Working with what you have. So let's see what we have. Okay. Some of you might be getting divorced, and that may be informing, changing, impacting your money, because we have the cross. The cross is about ending something in order to have redemption in another part of your life. You want to think about like Christ consciousness, right? Christ died on the cross for us for our sins so that we could be redeemed, right? So it's this necessary ending in order for there to be redemption. And because the bridge does indicate coming together to sign contracts, to have a meeting, and there being an ending, and the cross does often also indicate, you know, some sort of like familial ties as well. Okay, so let me just pull these, and then we'll get into pulling them all apart. Okay, so I do like the Six of Wands. This is about success. Very nice. It's about a news coming in, first of all, receiving some good news and something going really well, really smoothly. You know, people are respecting each other, and so I see this could certainly be signing, leaving one job, going to another, signing contracts for that. This could be signing the paperwork on the sale of something, signing the paperwork on some sort of new project that you want to take on, but everything going really well, but you having to give something up for this. And whatever it is that you're giving up, and whatever it is that you're joining, this new thing that you are taking on. So again, if this is divorce, this is like welcome to your new life kind of thing, okay? If this is a job, it's, you know, welcome to this new path, because Three of Wands is about a path. It's Sun in Aries, and it's about this illumination on this new path, new perspective, not looking back. You see, we don't even see his face. This is the only energy and the only card in this particular deck where you can't see the person's face, right? You only see their back, because there's no turning back here. There's just movement forward. Now we have the Clover energy, which is, of course, I almost get like a Jupiter energy, right? Luck and expansion, just fortunate, good luck here. And then we have this with the birds. We have the double birds. We have the birds and the birds. Somebody else got two birds. But the birds is like very, think about like social media, networking, not really networking, because networking is like dealing with many, many people all at once. That would be more the park card. The birds are more like people who you are having actual meetings with online and it going really well. Meeting people through any interaction online via social media. Maybe you're taking a workshop, or some sort of class. Maybe you're teaching a workshop, something like that, some sort of very positive engagement, something like that. This could also have to do with very positive communication regarding some sort of agreement that needs to be had, some sort of lawsuit that needs to be settled, any sort of agreement that needs to be come to having to do with some sort of inheritance, or a payout. Maybe some of you maybe are retiring. You might be taking an early retirement and having those conversations and that going well. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So this level of maturity, something reaching at the point, right? Reaching that precipice, that point. Now, we do have to say that I'm not going to really kind of overspeak about the astrology because I'm going to be doing a separate video on that, the full moon and Cancer video. But for Sagittarius, especially Sagittarius rising, to a lesser degree, sun and moon, this is happening in your 8th house. And what's happening with this particular full moon, it's a very beautiful one, by the way, because it's got some really nice supportive aspects going with it. But there's something that's coming to a culmination in your 8th house energies. And 8th house is other people's money. It's insurance payouts. It's retirement. It's inheritance. It's selling a home, getting the mortgage, your partner's money, anything like that. But it sort of comes up to sort of this finalization point. And that's the energy that I'm getting here, right, with this Ten of Pentacles, because this is all about maturity. Ten of Pentacles is definitely about this idea of retirement, inheritance, being able to leave a legacy. So maybe you're getting a payout and now you're realizing, well, you know what, this is great. I'm going to have enough money for what I need and to, leave some money to my family, my children. That's going to be for some of you. We have this working with the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about having a lot of choices and having a hard time committing to any one choice. So I feel like a number of things are going to be coming at you at once, which is kind of interesting to me, because I feel like, and only because with this full moon, that full moon energy that you're going to be dealing with in the 8th house, you're going to be getting these gifts from Uranus, because it's going to be sextiling this energy from your 6th house. And your 6th house is your day-to-day work environment. It's your day-to-day work environment. So some sort of surprising changes are going to be coming in for you, having to do with your day-to-day. And so I think you're going to have some choices here for sure. We have the birds again, which again, it does indicate people thinking really positively about you regarding some sort of financial situation, saying a lot of things. Hey, that's Sagittarius, whatever. Yeah, I think they would be perfect for this. Or a number of people reading your resume or your CV, or a number of people entertaining an offer that you're putting out there. Anything like that. Now we have that working with the ring, and the ring is all about a strong foundation and being able to finally be committed to something. But in order to do that, again, we got the cross and we got the death card. Something needs to be released, right? Because this is about big changes, endings, time to move on so that you can transform something. So, again, some of you might be getting divorced. You settle up the finances, and then you move on and you transform your life. You may be deciding to leave a job, and then you go and choose one of these other jobs and you transform and you lead your life, right? Anything like that. Some sort of lawsuit coming to a culmination, right? Because that could definitely be happening for a lot of you with this full moon. And then it's all about the future, right? Because the star is Aquarius. Aquarius is all about renewal, hope, and clarity, having faith in something, but it's towards the future because it's ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is all about the future. And it's also this trailblazing energy. So I like that. Now, your emotions are definitely going to be turned up right now. You're going to be doing some deep soul searching about sort of everything that's gone on. You want to make sure, though, Sagittarius, that you don't allow that to get too heavy in your way, and you don't want the clouds here, right, to kind of rise up to be in front of your face so that you're not seeing things clearly. Because you may be in a space where somebody's very much challenging you. You really don't feel like being challenged. You don't really like that, but it looks like you may have to deal with that. We do have the Five of Wands energy here, which is about like battle of the wills, battle of the egos. It's like, it's Saturn and Leo. It's like, the shadow, when Saturn hangs with the Leo, the shadow manifestation of the Leo energy rises to the top, which can definitely be some sort of like egocentric narcissistic tendencies. I'm not saying from you, could be from you, could be from them, a little bit from everybody, but people wanting to fight for what is fair. Justice is at the forefront of this, and it's like in this mix, somebody may feel like, hey, I'm not being treated fairly. I'm getting the lousy end of the stick here. Hey, wait a minute, So while this may be a lawsuit, job, something coming to fruition here, whatever it is, okay, retirement, inheritance, whatever it is, there ends up ultimately being this battle of the will because of these emotions that are being held deep inside of you. You can hold them in just so much, but the truth is going to come out. And when we have the justice in the upright, it's positive karma coming back to you and coming up with a win-win solution. Now, when we get the fish is interesting because while it does deal with money, it also, the message here is work with what you have. Figure out what you need. And this is very much like don't be a hog kind of thing. Really try to figure out what it is that you need. Figure out what you need to feel grounded, safe, and secure, because we have the tree, which is about feeling rooted and grounded, right? Absolutely. And just focus on really like your peace right now, Sagittarius. When it comes to money, like what do you need? Don't like get sucked into this nexus of nickel and diming or whatever like that. Figure out what it is that you absolutely need. What is your bottom line to get paid in that job, for that project? What do you, out of the divorce, out of that, the sale of that house, whatever it is. And we have the Strength card. So the Strength card is a great card because it's first of all, it's exercising self-love, having self-respect, being very courageous in a particular situation that might be pretty unsettling, but you facing it with pride and with healthy tempered ego. In the upright, it's a healthy tempered ego. You might even be able to strategize a creative approach to something, which is really nice. But it's honoring what it is that you need. And and for that, I really like that. Strength energy is a great card to get when we're talking about feeling grounded and rooted. And then the Chariot energy is about moving away from something that does not, at all connect with what your life should be right now. The Chariot in astrology is connected to Cancer, which is the fourth house of feeling home, grounded, safe, secure, all of that. So it's moving away from the path that you're not meant to be on to the metaphorical home space, what it is that you're meant to be on. So I do see a lot of you transitioning at least positions within your job. You gotta make sure the money's right? Selling off selling off investments, getting money in for investments, inheritance, settling some sort of lawsuit, settling divorce, alimony, child support situation. But it being settled, it's like it's going to be done. You guys are going through it. There's going to be an argument. There's no question. All of these energies look good, but there is going to be an argument here. But it seems like it's a necessary one. That everything's going to end up fine, though, for you. So whether you're arguing about money, where there's a little bit of a disagreement, maybe, a certain salary was promised, and then you're questioning whether that's actually ever going to come to fruition, or, an amount on a property that you're selling, or an amount that a project that you're working on, anything like that. So just stay focused on, really what it is that you need and work from there. And it looks like it's going to go well for you. Okay. So that's what we have for that. Now let's get into relationship. So we're going to pull a few Wisdom of the Oracles with clarifiers for all Sagittarius. It doesn't matter what type of relationship you're in, if you're in one at all. This could have to do with singles, married, complicated, a long relationship. Let's just see what the Sagittarius archetype needs to be looking at. Oh, being asking the question why. Okay. So we have why. Like really trying to gain an understanding into what happened in your past relationships, into the relationship that you were just in, that you are in. Why are you feeling a particular way? because there's definitely, if you're resonating with this, there's been some sort of cyclical relationship, round and round, round and round, together, not together. We're going to make it work. It's not working. We're going to make it work. It's not coming, it's not working. But then it's about come to the edge and take a chance. This is about coming out of your comfort zone and doing something that you normally wouldn't do. And, that's not easy. It's not, right? But then the advice here is to chop wood. The chop wood card means, if you don't know what else to do, just stay home and chop wood, which means don't do anything. Let something ride itself out. Just kind of hang and let things happen right now in your life having to do with relationships, and don't try to force anything, because it does look like there's a cyclical type of thing. So some of you may be off of this merry-go-round, round and round, and you're just like, I need an energetic break from relationships. Some of you might be single for a while, but you're actually, still kind of wearing that energy on your soul, and you're not totally cleansed out to welcome in a new relationship, even though you would really, really like one. You're still trying to process. So even if you're single, I see there's still some processing that's going on here. Those of you who are in a relationship, it does seem like, listen, guys, you could be married 50 years. There's an ebb and flow in relationships, right? Those of us who have been married for a long time know you have your good points, you get your bad points, you have your fabulous points, and then, challenge, not challenge, like that. So, this is not to say that every Sagittarius is going to end up in a great place, bad place. It's not to say that, but it seems like if you're resonating with this, you guys might be on a little bit of a downward cycle in a relationship situation here. Well, I see it going well, though, because we have the Eight of Wands, which is great. Why? So this is about receiving a message, news coming in, really good news coming in that incites almost a frenetic kind of change. And there being a lot of nurturing and healing energy surrounding you. So you could be meeting somebody online having to do with this, if you're single, who's just a really beautiful, peaceful soul that's, or even maybe they're a little wild and crazy, but however it is that they're very healing and very nurturing to you and your energy, which could be very beneficial for those of you who are single. For those of you who are married, this does indicate maybe you guys are waiting as a couple for some good news to come in. Maybe you're really stressed out about money, or you're stressed out about maybe trying to get pregnant, or you're stressed out about, are we going to get that loan for the house? Are we going to get the mortgage? Whatever it is. But there's news coming in. It's new, and you in the space of why, trying to figure out, there's got to be a reason why everything is going like this. I don't know what it is, but it'll show itself to me soon. And so this could be this good news coming in, and it being really fabulous. Because again, the Queen of Wands the Queen of Cups rather, is a very nurturing, supportive energy, but it's Gemini and Cancer. So there's communication about feeling just very safe, secure, rooted, grounded. So that's definitely like whatever news is coming in is going to be helping to incite that. If you're not in communication with somebody, this can indicate you reaching out to them reaching out to you, and you guys having that conversation about what everybody needs to feel safe. And we have this round and round energy. Okay, look, this is really positive, guys. You couldn't have asked for a better card to qualify round and round if you want a relationship to work. Because round and round is about learning a lesson. Now, for some of you, if you want it to work, this is somebody learned the lesson. Come on, let's go. Let's go start a new path. Sun and Aries energy. Let's go down a totally new path. Let's try a different strategy altogether. For others of you, you're like, guess what? I'm totally done with that merry-go-round. I'm not doing it anymore. Lesson learned. Take care. Have a good life. I'm going to live my best life across the water. With the new energies. But this is new. This is no more of repeating any of these patterns. Not, no. And that's, Sagittarius archetype. Keep in mind archetype. I don't know where like your Cancer is in your chart or whatever, but Cancer archetype is like, ooh, let's go across the water. Let's go travel. Let's get out of town here and let's just, experience something and come to the edge, Come out of your comfort zone, though. Definitely coming out of your comfort zone. taking a chance, Wheel of Fortune, fabulous. This is a good energy, a turning point, taking a chance on something and going really well. And then we have a King of Cups energy. So hello, this is really beautiful. Very tolerant, supportive. We got this. We get the Queen of Cups. We got the King of Cups. This is a very nice energy that is... Now, one of these energies could definitely be you, Sagittarius, and you meeting somebody new, or your partner, you know, finally figuring things out. But the thing is here, while you're like, yes, I'm tired of that cycle, I'm ready to go to the edge, I'm ready to like go, 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 that's all fine, but don't do anything right now. Not right now. Not at the end of December of 2020. Not yet, okay? Because there need to be some things that are figured out. We get the Lover's energy. You know, the Lover's energy more than anything is the need to make a decision about love. What has to go on here? Like if you're with somebody and you know what's wrong with the relationship, are you guys capable of fixing it together, or are they sort of checked out and they're one of these where it's like they don't think they do anything wrong? Or are they sitting there saying, yes, 100%, I'm in this with you. I know we're both kind of screwed up and we have to figure this out together, and yeah, and then we have the blessing of Archangel Raphael to help us out. But it's figuring it out, and quite frankly, Sagittarius, this could be, even if you're single right now, this is like reasoning out with both sides of yourself, because we all have, you know, there's always there's duality in each of us. It's the whole idea of yin and yang, a male and female. It's figuring out within you what it is that you want right now. So while you're chopping wood and not doing anything else, right, you're just chilling out, you're figuring out what it is that you want, and then focusing that creativity and trying to turn what's in your mind eye, that vision, into reality. Making that happen. Now remember, the Magician is a Mercury energy, and Mercury does rule the 3rd and the 6th house, having to do with Gemini and Virgo. And so I kind of like this here as far as like meeting new people and communicating, because Magician is Mercury and Mercury rules Gemini, and Gemini, that 3rd house, is about communicating with people on social media, putting your energy out there, meeting new people in your neighborhood, meeting new people online, you know, just that it could even be meeting new people at work, right? Because Mercury also is Virgo. Virgo is your day-to-day environment, your day-to-day work environment. So there's definitely like figuring out what it is that you want, need, and desire, meeting new energy for many of you. For others of you, it's going to be figuring something out with a partner that you're with. But so I feel like there are two groups of people here. It's like, get me off this merry-go-round. I want to go and move on. Or I'm, you know, and they're kind of clumping in with the people who were single, who have been, that they had that in their history and now they're moving on. Or people who have been together for a very long time. Nobody's going anywhere. You're just in a weird cycle. And you're recognizing that the cycle has to end because the lesson has been learned and you want to start fresh. Those are more for people who've been together, though, for a very long time. So if you have a very short relationship, this may not resonate with you in that way. Okay. So. Okay. Celtic cross spread. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We have Cups. Priestess. You're crossing the street, Sagittarius. Honestly, crossing the street. Very, very, very clear message. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, you guys are having it handed to you right now, right? As the South Node. This is in the recent past, the 8 of Swords. You're wondering if you even feel like you belong in this situation anymore. Now, some of you may, if you're single, this is like self-imposed imprisonment, isolation, restriction, holding yourself back from relationships in general because you're just not even sure if you belong in relationship, if you can handle it, if you want to deal with all the nonsense that goes along with it. And for those of you who are in relationship, you were in the space of saying like, oh, you know, I don't know, it felt really great at one time, but now I don't know. Now I feel like there are rocks in my shoes all the time. I keep checking and there's nothing there. That kind of thing, you know, where it's something happened, something shifted, and you're just, you feel like you're sort of trapped in this situation. Now, the situation right now, we have the Three of Cups energy, which is actually really nice. Being surrounded by a circle of support, friendship, hanging out with your friends, celebrating, but it's a very comforting energy. And it's being helped out here with the High Priestess energy, which is trusting yourself. High Priestess is connected to the moon, and the moon is, our emotions, and it's the story that we tell ourselves, and it's trusting ourselves, and it's being very deep inside of ourselves, and not really talking to anybody. Not really talking. Now, I do want to say that the High Priestess energy, there were two energies. The High Priestess energy and the Hermit energy can also indicate working on a relationship in private. Maybe it's a kind of situation where you guys can't be with each other publicly for whatever reason. Maybe you're divorced and your kids aren't very, old enough or ready for there to have this other energy introduced, or maybe there's some sort of cultural or family circumstance going on, right? Or there could be a situation, maybe somebody's not divorced yet, maybe somebody's married, whatever it is. I'm not judging, I'm just saying that the High Priestess could mean working on a relationship in private. But if that's the case, I do feel like there's this level of questioning, like in the recent past. Is this really where I belong? Is this what I should be doing? For those of you who find yourself in that situation, because the best to be achieved from this circumstance is a complete and painful ending and hitting the rock bottom in a situation. However, I do see you wanting otherwise, right? Because in the foundation, and the reason for the reading is because of this Ten of Pentacles energy, which is about this desire for maturity within the relationship. So this is family, this is inheritance, this is leaving a legacy, this is creating together. Will you marry me? Let's build a house, let's build a family, let's have a business, build a business, whatever. Let's blend our families, that kind of thing. But even though that's what you want, there's this recognition that the best to be achieved is this final outcome is this ending. And so here you are, this is you, Eight of Cups, walking away. Moving on, abandoning it, because you know that it's not going to ever be what you really need, right? Because it's Saturn and Pisces, and Saturn is about restriction and no, and karma and no, lots of no, rules, regulations, you can't do this, you can't do that, and all of these rules and regulations just like completely put a damper on the ability for the relationship to just simply flourish as it's supposed to be. Now, the energy external to you that's affecting you is the Six of Pentacles, which has to do with giving and receiving help and generosity. So I don't know if this person is just giving you, that for those of you in a complex kind of situation where they are still giving you something that you do find value in. It could be money, or it could just be connection, it could be anything like that. Yeah, I'm really not resonating with this as a reader as a single read. I do have to tell you, and for that I apologize. Although those of you who are single may be interpreting the cards differently, but because whenever we have a 10, there's a history there. Whenever we have Eight of Cups, there's a history. There's a history here. So if you are single, I feel like you're still trying to wash somebody off your soul, if that makes sense. Now, the fear and the challenge, we have the World. So the World is a great energy because it's the completion of something. It's completion of a lesson. So then you could get your Saturnian lessons on. But there is a fear here that something is totally over. Yet there's a hope that, oh my gosh, thank goodness the lesson is learned. Now I'm going to move on. But I see a lot of you moving on because we have these very different energies here. In the near future, we have the Ace of Cups, which is about a new relationship. I mean, this is what it is. Now, for some of you, this can actually be in a marriage, a proposal of something. But yet you're experiencing anxiety, grief, depression to a certain point. You may have ruminating thoughts. Is this where I belong? I'm not sure. You know, really kind of, it's that Mars and Gemini energy. And Mars, again, is obsessed with putting us on our rightful path. And Gemini is where the swords come in, right? Swords in the air energy is all about communication, thoughts, honesty, right? So it's the Nine of Swords literally is like sitting down internally and saying, okay, seriously, like, oh, is this the right path for you? It's like, I don't know. Well, what do you mean you don't know? I don't know. I know I'm not really so happy, but for some reason I can't let it go. And I don't know. I feel like I'm caught in this web and I can't release myself from it. Kind of what do I do? Right? Except we have this new something that's coming in. Okay. So we have, let's see what's going on with them. Subjective read for whoever you're dealing with. Subjective read. From that point, Ace of Swords, Two of Cups, Ace of Wands, Justice energy, Two of Coins, Seven of Cups, Six of Wands. So coming into this energy, we have a Two of Coins. This is them trying to make a decision here because there are two choices. They're trying to weigh out options. So if you're just meeting somebody, if you are single, like maybe you're not the only one that they're talking with, anything like that. Situation right now that we have the Ace of Swords, so there's a lot of clarity going on here, some sort of new idea, new clarity, realizing something. And then that this is working with the Two of Cups, which obviously is about romantic love and partnership, but it's the idea of proposing something. Again, the Ace of Cups and the Two, it's about proposing something. Let's do this. Let's, whatever it is. So somebody having this mental clarity of, come on, let's do this. And right from their perspective, the best to be achieved from your connection is the Ace of Wands, which is this new passionate path forward. This new passionate path forward. But for them, it's about what's fair, what's not fair. We have the Justice energy here, Libra energy, 7th house of partnerships. What's fair, what's not fair? The truth coming out. And there needs to be a win-win solution. In their mind. In their mind, that's what's necessary here. And if that could happen, if there could be fairness, then there could be this fabulous new beginning. Right now, they're having to do with this relationship. They are focused on, they may be reaching out to you a lot, Sagittarius, or they may be waiting for you for the good news to come in. But it's like they feel very intuitively that everything is going to be fine. You guys can be successful. This is going to be great. Meanwhile, the external influence that's affecting them is the Five of Coins energy, which I'm understanding this could certainly be you. So it's like they're feeling like, first of all, they're confused initially coming into this energy, but it's almost like they had this epiphany. Things just need to be more fair. We're going to be fabulous. And meanwhile, you're like, wait, what? Right? Because this is like a poverty mindset, being really worried. Some of you might be dealing with some sort of financial loss or just feeling very disconnected, very emotionally disconnected from this energy. The hope and fear, we have the Queen of Swords. Woo! So I always, listen, Queen of Swords, she knows what's up. And this is what they're scared of. This is what they're hoping for, but this is what they're scared of at the same time, which is self-sufficiency, being totally honest, totally honest. So, I'm being called back to the Justice card. It's like maybe they feel like something wasn't fair, that they're trying to weigh in their favor, and you're just like, wait, what? Are you kidding me? And you serving up some truth and them not wanting it. It's like they're afraid to hear it. They don't want to hear it. And, in the near future, we have the Seven of Cups energy, which is about somebody with commitment issues. They ultimately have commitment issues because they have too many choices. And the final outcome energy is the Death card, which is big changes, endings, time to move on, to be rebirthed. Time to transform. It does seem like they're going to try to fix something that ultimately, I'm not going to say they broke alone, but they broke mostly, at least within the confines of this relationship. And I'm only saying that because it does seem like there is very little ownership and there's a fear of truth. So, you know, that's what I'm getting from their energy. So they may be, you know, seeing things very differently than you as far as how things have rolled out, you know, in this relationship. So let's pull some Island Time Wellness oracles and let's, you know, clarify with some tarot, see what ends up, any additional messages coming out of there. Golden Mirror, Twin Flame, the Snake, Heart with the Key. The Snake is a center card. Not enough. All right. Okay, now. Golden Mirror is self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. Let's pull 2 cards to clarify that, please. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of energy where they come in yelling, saying that what they're speaking is the truth. They're very sharp-tongued. They can be rather aggressive. This fight ends up inciting a change in the dynamic of the relationship. Like, that's it. I'm moving out, or I'm done with this, or that's it, you know, da-da-da. You know? Very sharp-tongued, very, very aggressive. And we have this as clarifying the self-absorbed narcissist. But then it's like Page of Swords. Page of Swords comes and this is the truth. So it's like the arguing and the truth. But it's like you guys not being able to get it together with that. This could also be indicative of, you know, starting a big ruckus, right? And then like a couple of days goes by. And then all of a sudden, they're like, okay, I have to be honest with you. I didn't really mean that kind of thing. Now, I'm not diagnosing anybody here. I think that's highly irresponsible. But, you know, those of you who know about the different pathologies that are in the DSM, this is very like a borderline kind of thing. Where it's like they'll bug out and then they'll step away and realize, oh man, what did I do? And then them coming back. And no shade on anybody who is borderline. I know many people in my life have it. You know, I understand the struggle. But that's the kind of dynamic, that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up there. So we have the twin flames, yin yang, Zen, balance, union. You know what twin flames are, right? Yeah. So round and round it goes, right? Because the Five of Swords, nobody's winning with this kind of argument, right? Nobody's winning. This is a bullying energy, violent outbursts. There could be a lot of verbal abuse. And the louder you yell and the louder they yell, nobody's hearing anybody any louder, and the most you could do is just walk away with some grace and dignity, and that's it, you know. But yet, there's still fire in the belly left for this person, right? The Nine of Wands, it's like, oh God, I've been through so much. I'm going to keep and maintain my boundaries. I'm going to persist in this because I'm supposed to be with this person, right? And that's that mindset, right? That many people experience, you know, regarding the idea of the twin flame energy. It's like, I'm going to put myself through, you know, hell and fire because I'm supposed to be with this person. So you may be seeing things a little differently now because the center energy is the snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, looking over your shoulder, the other woman. So we have the Nine of Cups. We have the snake. All right, listen. Those are 2 really good energies to have, clarifying competition and malicious, looking over the shoulder. Sagittarius, if you're resonating with this part of the reading, you are dealing with a narcissist. You are. This is somebody who can really, let me correct myself, narcissistic tendencies, because I don't want to get into NPD and the DSM and all of that, okay? I'm not diagnosing anybody. I'm just saying the energies here, it does seem like somebody feels very entitled. Because the Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment, and the Sun is like, no, we have everything we need. We're good, we're good, we're good. And then behind your back, this is what they're doing. And it's like they feel like it's okay that they do that. I don't know. Sag, maybe it's you. I don't think so, because you guys are so, the archetype of Sagittarius, I'm not saying Sagittarius is never cheat. That's ridiculous. We all have all of the signs in us, but the archetype of Sagittarius is really all about moral code, moral compass. They are the most moral energy out of all of the zodiacs. So not an energy that I think would be doing this, to be quite honest with you. Now we have a heart with a key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together. Perfect. All right. Beautiful. Doing it scared. I love it. You know what? Let me pull the other two, because we have the not enough. Yeah, look. You know what? I see you moving on, because you kind of have to. Look. Strength energy is Leo. Leo rules the 5th house of falling in love, romance, love affairs, the act of sex. This is new kind of things, not old. And it's, you might be nervous, but you're doing it scared anyway. And I like the Justice energy as well here, because the other relationship house, which is the 7th house, is Libra, and Libra is the Justice energy, which we're getting here, the truth coming out, and you getting a beautiful little karmic gift that is really has been a bit of time coming in your direction, which I do like, because you've been feeling like for whatever reason you're not enough, or the situation isn't enough. You could be feeling fabulous about yourself, but you experience a significant amount of frustration in this relationship. You know, and experiencing these issues of self-sabotage and jealousy and fear and ego and lack of confidence, either you or them or whatever, and it's just an unhealthy mix. But then we have the Star. And the Star is about renewal and having this new sense of hope and this new kind of faith going into the future, right? Because this is an Aquarius energy, which is ruled by Uranus. It's all about the future and doing things differently than you've been doing them. We have the beautiful 6 of Wands, which is about success and being, victorious within a connection. But I do see you moving in another direction. There's something new, somebody new coming in. Yeah. Passion. Make a decision-based embrace. Passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Nice. Sagittarians do look fabulous this time of year anyway. December and January is very, it's like right after your solar return. It's everybody's looking cute, you and Capricorns. And we have don't make decisions based on what you think you should do, for it's only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. No feeling guilty. Embrace through each other you find the missing pieces. I feel like this is a new energy that you're meeting. I do. All right, my friends, that is what I have. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.